Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. You got the super team of sports talk here with y'all. I'm one half of it, of course, Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, and I'm here with my main man, the partner in crime, the 6 foot under post-up champ. Tell him who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy, Uncle Hate, the other A and AA Sports, broadcasting live on a Thursday, the day after the NFL season came to an end. It's so hard to say goodbye.
Hey, you know that it is right. That is right. Season's over, folks. We have a Super Bowl champion, first-time Super Bowl champion. I don't know why I thought Philly had won a title before.
I thought they did too.
I guess that was pre-merger, AFL.
I thought they won one with Dick Vermeil the way they used to talk about him.
Yeah, but apparently not. I know a lot of those, some of those 80s teams, I think they got stopped by the Bears, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to give, of course, we're going to break down the Super Bowl, people. We appreciate y'all tuning in as usual. Those of y'all checking in on the YouTube channel, we appreciate that. Remember to watch, like, hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Leave us some comments as well and tell us how we're doing. Let us know your thoughts on the show topics for tonight. Also, those of you guys that listen to us on the go on the Spreaker app, we appreciate you checking in as always, downloading those episodes and keeping up with us. Once again, tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Distinct Finds. Shop Distinct Finds on the eBay site. You can find all your latest luxury fashion items there. Also use the promo code AASports10 for a 10% discount. We're going to have some guests back tonight as well, people. If you remember from last week's Super Bowl show, the pre-show, we had Eagle Eric checking in from the Kane and Night show, and we had the AA Sports fantasy champion, Drisco Ferarri, checking in. He was going for the Patriots. He was on here talking cash shit. We're going to have them back tonight, and we're going to see how he going to pay those checks off. In Bitcoin, EBT, we're gonna see. But he got to pay up.
Yeah. His folks didn't come through for him. I mean, he was on here last week talking about them Brady he trusts. That was all good to that strip sack.
It was. Now, getting right on into it, I guess. Well, I guess we can do this for open bar. Let's just start here.
Okay.
Open bar, we popping corks. All right. Champagne bottles just popping tonight for open bar. So we pouring up champagne tonight. Before the game even started, Malcolm Butler spotted crying on the sideline during the national anthem.
Right.
Apparently he was told, I guess coming out of the tunnel, it seemed like it, that he wasn't going to be, I guess not even starting, but not even really playing in this game.
That's some cold shit.
What could have possibly happened for you to dress this dude out, have him practice all week with your number ones, and then right before kickoff, tell him that he's not starting or playing? What could have possibly changed in that amount of time?
Well, I just read Ian Rappaport. He's pretty credible of an NFL reporter. He put out there, he said that between his he said he was sick. So remember, he did not fly with them on Monday. He was sick. He didn't come till Tuesday, but he was on his own dime. But he was sick. They knew he was sick. So he was sick, so he missed, that day. Then they said he had a bad week of practice. And then they said allegedly it was a minor infraction involving the curfew. You ball all that up, sit him down for a series, maybe two. You don't game on the line like that. I mean, that was suckerish.
Right, and I know that I don't know if it was just Twitter being Twitter, or I haven't heard anybody credible say this, I don't think. But so I heard a lot of people throwing out that he got caught with some weed. I don't know how true that is, but from the way he sounded after the game when they was asking him about it, he didn't sound like somebody that kind of knew exactly what they did to get themselves benched.
He had no idea.
Right. So I'm not really going to buy the weed thing. But hey, who knows? But it definitely bit the Patriots in the ass. I'll say this, regardless of what it was, if it wasn't, was it serious enough for you to let Nick Foles slice your defense apart continuously up and down the field?
But don't it seem like they've had no use for him since he won that Super Bowl for them? I mean, we kind of knew they weren't going to pay him. They laid that out there. They tried to trade him all summer.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had. I mean, he kind of regressed a little bit this season,
Yes.
but he still played what I think they said 97, 98% of the snaps this whole
Exactly.
season.
Exactly.
And and Gilmore to me struggled just as much. This year up until late.
Like the last 2 games.
Right. he struggled more. He had a hell of a game, in the Super Bowl, but. The way they were getting beat, I just couldn't see even after the second half. Like, I mean, come on, man. You got to at least let that boy come out there and do something. Limiting him to 1 special team snaps, that was a little, to me, that was a little mind-boggling.
Belichick does shit like this when people fumble. But, I mean, did he fumble before the game? I mean, you're trying to win the Super Bowl.
Right. You prove a point like this like week 7.
Yeah.
You playing Cleveland or you playing the Jets. You do that then.
This type of call right here, that's when you got that type of cachet to where you can pull this mess off and you ain't worried about what nobody gonna say. Now he's probably catching it a bit today. I don't think he gives a shit. But
I think he had a press conference today. He stood by it again. Of course, he's not gonna offer any answers or anything. But this is interesting as well. The fact that after Brandon Cooks went out, they only they mentioned it a couple times in the telecast that they only dressed 4 receivers. And after Brandon Cooks got knocked out, that left them with 3.
Did Kenny Britt dress?
Huh?
Did Kenny Britt play? I ain't gonna flag people. I was drunk yesterday.
I don't believe he did because the 4 receivers were Cooks, Hogan, Amendola. Now, I can't remember. Maybe if he was the 4th one, he didn't get to see the field because they had Tom Brady out there trying to catch passes.
Yes.
And I brought that up to say this. If you let Malcolm Butler dress and everything to discipline him, basically to not play him, you basically just kind of wasted a roster spot that you could have used on another position.
Right. I mean, and it's not like you could say, I'm looking forward to next year. I'm going to show him something now because a free agent this summer, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So he can walk. So it seemed like I would have got my money's worth toward the end. If it was me, that's like we used to get rental cars. The day before you take it back, you try to put all the miles you can on it.
Right. Especially if you got unlimited.
Right. So, but you're going to let this cat not play, when you need him. So I
didn't understand. You're right. They did not seem like themselves. Again, some of the stuff that they was doing, I just mentioned throwing passes to Brady. It's like, really? The New England Patriots, y'all don't get cute like that.
Nah, they don't.
So that was definitely head scratching right there.
Didn't it seem like some of the air got knocked out of them when Cooks got knocked out?
I mean, a little bit, but I think a lot of it had to do really with Philly because they weren't stopping Philly. They weren't stopping the run game at all. Offensively, I should say defensively for the Eagles, they weren't sacking Brady, but they were getting there, and they were getting closer and closer. And I felt second half that they may be able to get there a little bit more and touch him, especially with them rotating the way that they usually do. But it seemed like the rotations weren't there as like they normally are because it seemed like they got a little bit tired.
Yeah. For them to be playing 7 dudes on that line, they seemed like they were gassed.
Right.
Going into that 4th quarter. But like you said, it's not always the sack. That pressure makes a difference. When you got to step up in the pocket when you don't want to, move around a bit, especially Brady, because everything with them is, rhythm. 1, 2, out your hands. 1, 2, out your hands. It just didn't work that way for them yesterday. I mean, they really had Nick Foles looking good yesterday. I mean, he cut them up.
Yeah, and he spread the ball. He spread the ball around a lot too. Well, Brady did. Well, they both really did. I mean, you got 500 passing yards on one side and 400 on the other side. Yeah, it's a lot of spreading the ball around, but to me, Philly was a little more balanced. The New England didn't do jack on the ground at all.
I mean, they had 100 total yards from White and Lewis, but 14 for 90 from Blunt and a touchdown and 9 for 57 from Ajayi. That was a go.
Yeah.
But look, if you look at the team stats, let's say let's jump. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. Nick Foles threw the ball 43 times, 373 yards. I know the stats don't indicate it. And, we talked about, stats ain't everything. Do you feel like he outplayed Brady a bit?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Brady.
Well, I ain't saying it was definitive, but I think he did play. I think he did play better. I think that was some throws. Brady didn't look like Brady in the first half, to me.
What is it with him in the first half of Super Bowls?
I don't know.
It seemed like he's, like not in it the first half of most Super Bowls. I don't understand that.
Yeah, because there was a couple throws up the seam, the Gronk that he just missed like really bad. Like I said, the pressure that they were kind of getting there a little bit too. They weren't doing anything on the ground. It was a weird game for like 3 quarters to me. It didn't really even seem like a Super Bowl. Really, it seemed like a regular Sunday night game.
It did not. It did not. All right, we touched on one controversy with Malcolm Butler. Let's talk about them catches. Did you think the 2 big ones, Clement, I believe, and Ertz? I thought both of them was gonna get overturned from what I've seen this year.
I mean, the Zach Ertz one, that one wasn't really even close for me. For me, what differed from that one and the Jesse James one, there was a lot of people obviously comparing the two. Jesse James didn't take 4 steps.
No, he didn't. It's like he caught the ball and extended.
Right, in one motion. Zach Ertz had that ball and like I said, took at least 3 steps, probably to me 4, and then lunged. Then once it breaks the plane, him losing the ball really at that point was moved. So that one was clear. I think they got that one right. I don't even really see why they took as long as they did reviewing that one.
Right.
Now the other one, it was a little bit closer. To me, the ball moved.
Yeah, it looked like it did.
I was at a party and one guy made the argument that it moved, but it wasn't a bobble. It was him having the ball and then trying to transition it to the other arm to secure it.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I can kind of see that. I don't know what the rule book says on that per se, but according to a lot of stuff that we've seen, that one should have been overturned.
Right.
But at the same time, I would like to see catches like that. Let that kind of stuff go. Something small, a small movement like that, and he still has the ball. We would like to see that let go. But again, they've not been calling those particular plays in particular catches. So that one was strange.
I feel pretty strongly that this catch rule will be resolved somewhat this summer because Goodell was on Radio Row last week talking about how they gotta tighten it up. He's concerned about it, and then Chris Collinsworth didn't help him last night at all. He's like, I just give up because I don't know what a catch is no more.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And Chris Collinsworth was doing a little dick riding too, because like I said, why they kept going back to the Ertz play 10 minutes later, like it was really a controversial play, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that just kind of just throws gasoline on the fire. But they got to do something with it. You're right. When people are saying, "Hey, I give up on something that simple," then you got to make some changes. So I think that will be addressed at the owners' meetings. Yeah,
they said they're going to look into that. It just didn't seem like the Patriots.
One thing,
I didn't see a sense of urgency. It didn't seem right.
One thing I noticed in the first half, and I mentioned again when our guests come on, because I know we touched on this last week. First half of that game, they kept Gronk back a lot and had him blocking a lot.
Yeah.
And that ain't really him. I'm saying that ain't really.
That's what they got Dwayne Allen for? Is he still there?
He was supposedly there. I didn't see him on the field. If he did, it was for a play or two here and there. But I noticed that about their offense early. And then once Brandon Cooks went out, it seemed like they really didn't know what to do at that point.
Nah. I mean, that's the take the top off the defense guy. Once he's gone, everything's underneath. That changed your whole defense.
I mean, but even with all that said, they came out second half and went and drove down the field like very easy, two times in a row.
Yeah.
And I know for me, when they took the lead, I got scared for Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Philly body language changed. It just kind of seemed like, here we go.
Yeah.
It seemed like that moment. But Hey, the Philly offense hung in there, and every time the Patriots scored, they answered.
Yeah, we got to give well, at least I got to give Doug Peterson a little bit of credit for that. He was aggressive. He did not play scared. You know, he coached to win instead of we're ahead, let's just coast, run
Right.
the ball. You got to be aggressive. You got to knock the champ out.
Yep.
You ain't gonna win on the scorecard. You got to knock the champ out, and they stayed aggressive. You know, we've seen far too many teams against this team take their foot off the gas. You know, you can't do that with them. You ain't gonna win with field goals. 3 ain't gonna cut it. You got to get 7.
And you know, and speaking of field goals, when Philly came out that first drive and took up about almost half of the quarter, then had to settle for a field goal. I'm like, okay,
Right.
you can't do that. But then the defense held New England to a field goal, and then they came back and got the touchdown.
Right.
A lot of missed extra points and things of that nature in this game. It was real crazy. I didn't really care for the Eagles going for that 2-point conversion after they missed that first extra point.
Right.
Then they came back and tried to chase that point. I didn't really care for that call. I thought that would come back and bite them in the ass, but it didn't.
Yeah, they didn't have to go for that too early. And I want to say they got all the way down to like the 5-yard line on that first drive and couldn't punch it in. So, yeah, I was a little nervous on that too because I was like, you got to get the 7. You're not going to beat Tom Brady with field goals. So,
Right.
you know, but that defense getting that stop, holding them to 3 next drive, you know, they needed that. They definitely had to have that. But all right, let's talk about Nick Foles. We talked about it on the side earlier. If I'm Philadelphia, if I'm Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, Nick Foles is for sale right now. Now it's two caveats to it. You want to trade him while he's hot. His stock will never go no higher than this ever.
Right.
But at the same time, I keep hearing that Wentz's injury is something like Teddy Bridgewater's. Well, he might not be ready by the first week. He had major damage to not just the ACL. I think I heard the LCL and the PCL. So do you hold him or do you sell that stock? Because I think I'm gonna sell that stock.
Yeah, well, with only 1 year left on his contract, I think you got to sell that stock. Like you said, it's not going to get any higher than it's going to get now. So I think you can go out there and find a serviceable backup. You know, depending on how some of these dominoes fall. And again, we're going to take a look at it once we get closer to free agency and see how many open jobs is it versus veteran quarterbacks on the market. It could be a situation where musical chairs and it's an odd man left out. Like, say, Case Keenum. All right. Would they do the same thing that they did with Foles this year? Pay somebody like Keenum $6 or $7 million to come in there? You know he can be a bridge guy until Wentz gets healthy if he can't start the season.
Yeah, it's you're gonna find out what these teams are gonna do in March, of course. But a lot of the teams that need quarterbacks also high up in the draft. So if they don't spend big money at that position, you know they wait until May. So, you know, it's gonna happen quick. But I think I'd sell that. I read an article today, and they talked to a couple of the little ESPN insiders. The consensus I saw, like you said, 3rd, but then you're gonna ask for a 2nd. You ain't getting no 1st. You know.
Man, I'm trying to think if you are.
I can't think of one team, and I thought about it hard today. I wouldn't trust it, fam.
Somebody that would give up their first for him?
I don't even know if the scary thing to me is, like I was telling you earlier, we got all this film, and you can throw a whole lot of it on Jeff Fisher because you know what he does with quarterbacks. Right. I'd be scared, dude. This was a perfect storm. A good defense, good offensive weapons, good coaching staff. Where else is he gonna have that entire package?
Because wasn't he in Kansas City?
Yeah, he was there for a second, I believe.
Okay.
So exactly. So,
right. So
I don't know. I'd be scared. The good thing is he's under contract for $7 million. That's not big money. So if you trade for him, you know, you can ride that out.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. So it's going to be interesting to see. Because outside of we got well, I guess we can take Blake off the list because they're gonna pick up that 5th year, I suppose, on him.
That's what I heard.
So you got Case Keenum, Sam Bradford, Nick Foles. Alex Smith has already got a destination. What other kind of Tyrod?
Tyrod out there.
That's
Bridgewater technically.
What does Miami want to do with Ryan Tannehill if you want to throw him in there? Then the kind of guys that's going to be on the free agent market. So,
well, we know what the
how would you rank them guys out of those 5? How would you rank them?
We're saying everybody but Cousins because he's going to be the first domino.
I forgot about Cousins. Yeah, he's going to be the first domino. But outside of those other guys.
Okay, so we're talking about Tyrod,
Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater, Case Keenum, and Nick Foles.
I say this right now. I reject this question because Sam Bradford shouldn't be on nobody's radar because he is the 10 man.
Hey, he was in Philly at one point. That's another possibility for no, he's under contract.
He should he's free this summer.
No, okay.
He should really be cool with handling the clipboard at this point. He should be cool with it.
Yep.
You think he's gonna be out in the streets hunting to start his job?
I mean, yeah, quarterbacks are needed, and he would have been the starter. Remember, he was a starter in Minnesota until he got hurt. So,
but his knees are made of Twizzlers.
Hey, he a quarterback.
You know what? If his agent can get him a starter's job with a new contract, I would be surprised.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Think about Buffalo. Who the hell going to go to Buffalo?
That's the job that's interesting right there.
Because
it's going to be snowing up there. I think the main ones I'm looking at for Foles, I'm thinking Arizona, Buffalo, and we don't know what the Jets going to do.
You got the Jets. You got Denver. Unless you peg in Cousins to Denver automatically.
I don't trust. I'm telling you, I see Minnesota as that dark horse. I really do, because ain't none of them dudes under contract.
Okay, so let's see how much time we got. We got a few minutes. All right, I'm trying to break it down in my head as we go. So basically, okay, we're looking at.
Let me turn my shit.
If we want to separate them into, I guess, tiers, are we looking at Kirk Cousins, Nick Foles as the top 2 guys?
Okay, would you say Foles is better than Keenum?
I would.
See, but that's hard though. It's hard because both of them had good weapons. Minnesota had good weapons. Foles did a good job with Philly, but you know what? We'll keep them under the first tier. So we'll say Cousins, we'll say Foles, and we'll say second tier, Keenum and Tyrod.
Yeah, Keenum and Tyrod, and then you got your the other 2 is really coming off injury, so they the unknowns with Bridgewater and Bradford.
And Tannehill.
We got about Tannehill. So
Tannehill got that money contract.
As of right now, since he got that funny money contract, I'm gonna say that him and Adam Gase are probably married at the hip.
But I'm probably gonna say I'm stupid. Jay Cutler wasn't that bad with that team last year.
No, he wasn't. But does he want to play another year? Does he want to try to go back to the broadcasting gig? I mean, you know how Jay Cutler is.
Yeah, he was pretty much done until they came with that $10 million. So,
all right. So if you Cousins, well, Cousins gonna have his choice unless the Redskins.
Let me go back to you on that. I read something today. Somebody was talking about $175 million with 80 of it guaranteed. 175 up guaranteed up front with another 25 to follow for Kirk Cousins. I mean, am I wrong to think that nobody should step to him at $35 million a year?
I didn't see the article, but I wonder if that's based on because this shit came out over the weekend talking about Washington may tag him to try and trade him.
Could have been that.
I started crunching that math in my head, and if you tag him at $35 million, of course, now he gonna say, "Well, I'm not going to a team that y'all trade me to unless they're willing to give me $35 million a year." And at 5 years, that would come to about $175 million. So, if they tag him, if somebody is willing to trade him and give him that contract, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, licking their chops.
Tell you, man. It's all last week, all you kept hearing, it's all about winning. I just want to win, bro. All the good teams that can afford you, they're gonna have to make sacrifices. Denver cannot afford him, so you're gonna have them gut the roster to get you there. I'm not saying go the full on Tom Brady route, $8 million and I'm smiling, but 20, 23. I mean, he pocketed $45 million over the last 2 years. 45. I mean, but I guess you owe it to yourself as a capitalist to get what you can. But if winning is the main goal, Kirk Cousins can't take the max to win unless he's going to go to Cleveland or the Jets.
Yeah, let's say if he wants to win, he's not going to be able to get the max. So,
but we're going to find out because, everybody say it's winning until it come down to that bag. But
yep.
Foles could be interesting. And if I'm Foles, I wouldn't mess with Buffalo in that damn snow. I'd rather go to Arizona. And I feel bad for bruh. You the only minority hire. We about to hitch his wagon to Nick Foles after a hot streak. But, I mean, Nick Foles is better than Gabbert and everybody else on that damn team. So,
Very true. Very true. All right. Give me 1 second here.
My boy Ty God ain't going to have no damn job.
Tyrod gonna have a job. Tyrod, if I'm ranking him just right off the top of my head, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wait on that. He'll get something. What it's gonna be, I don't know.
But this quarterback class, it's gonna mess up a lot of this for some of these cats because some of these cats ain't young enough. Well, I mean, I guess you could say Foles, he was a backup this year, so he can be a bridge quarterback. Keenum definitely can be a bridge. Hell, Tyrod might have to be a bridge. I mean, so these cats might be looking at 2 years of good money while these younger guys get developed to play.
Yeah, but outside of the Giants, most of them other young quarterbacks that's going to be taken high probably going to be forced to play right away.
You know what? I don't even think the Giants are taking a quarterback at this point.
I mean, how much you going to keep riding with Eli? How many more years you got riding with?
I would. If I'm them, I'm taking a quarterback. But, I just keep hearing Saquon Barkley. They're going to ride it out. People, I like Saquon. They need a running game. They ain't had a running back in New York in a very long time. But it don't matter who's back there. Hell, they can get Herschel Walker, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders. If they can't protect Eli and if they can't run the ball, it's a waste of time.
Pretty much.
Waste of time. And I hated that commercial yesterday. The whackness.
Which commercial?
The one with Eli and Odell.
Oh.
The whackness.
Oh, man. All right. So I think this would be a good time to have a little intermission here, people. Again, we're going to come back here in a minute with part 2. And again, we're going to have some special guests checking in. Eagle and, again, a Patriots fan from our last week's show coming back. So we'll be back in a few.
Somebody getting drugged tonight.
There it is. All right. AA Sports. Straight sports. No chaser, baby. Be back in 2 and 2. All right,
hey, man.
What's going on? This is AA Sports Part 2, Straight Sports, No Chaser. Again, you got Uncle Hate checking in, along with myself, Diego Barishnikov. And we are back here with our guest for last Thursday show, the pre-Super Bowl show. Again, checking in, we have the boy Drisco Ferarri checking in. Drisco Ferarri, what's up, baby?
What's happening? What's happening from Southwest Florida? What's up, the world?
All right. And also checking in, we got Eagle Eric, Super Bowl champ. Eagle Eric, what's cracking?
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Hold on. I got a little. Well, that was a weak one, but a little celebratory sound for you. So let's jump right on into this thing. Eagle Eric, how did the Philadelphia Eagles shock the world and take down the unbeatable, untouchable, the dynasty, New England Patriots? How did it happen? Tell the people how it happened.
I'm going to be gracious. I'm going to let Drisco go first. So the runner-up can know what it feels like to be in first. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We can do that then. We can do that. Drisco Ferarri. The man has spoken. And,
He deferred the opening kickoff.
He has deferred the opening kickoff. He has took a page out of the Patriots book. We're going to let you have the ball first.
Hey, I appreciate that, Eric. You.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna cut the bullshit. How did y'all get y'all asses beat last night?
All right. Listen, man. Listen. 2 things happened last night. One, I was already shook at the coin toss because that white girl on NFL Network said, the little strategist said, if the Patriots lose the coin toss, they normally win. And them motherfuckers goddamn won the coin toss. So it didn't start off well. But gonna blame it on that. The Patriots didn't come to play. Your boy Cooks got his bell wrong. Tom Brady messed up.
Drisco, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop you. All
What's
that
up, bro?
shit you talked last week, you are not gonna sit here and talk about a coin toss.
Can't do it.
No, I'm saying that they started off the game wrong. We don't want to hear
about no coin toss. We don't want to hear about Malcolm Butler crying before the national anthem.
Well, he ain't play. So, but anyway, we lost. We lost because they didn't make enough plays, and at the crucial point of the game, they made a mistake by fumbling the ball. You can't fumble the ball in the fourth quarter, and you trying to win. You're on a winning drive. It ain't gonna happen. So, hats off to Philadelphia. The city deserved it. That's why Eric can't even go to work today because the whole damn city was on a hangover. Congratulations, Philadelphia, you raggedy motherfucking city.
Great. I heard a rumor.
He think he about to skate that easy.
I heard a rumor.
Get him.
I heard that y'all lost that game when this came on.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for?
Meek Mill, huh?
Mill.
Wow.
When they came out to Meek, that was y'all ass.
Hey, honestly, bro, I heard they got all baptized before the damn game. What was that about in the locker room?
It was one cat and the other teammates were there to support him.
Oh, my God.
If you're going to read hot takes, get them right now. Now back to
Hey, man. Thank God. Divine intervention was on the field last night.
Okay, so why didn't do you think that Bill Belichick had his best coaching performance last night? Because I don't think he did.
Mm-mm.
No, they didn't win. Hell no, he didn't have his fucking best coaching performance. How can you have your best coaching performance and you lose?
Okay,
no, it was a bad coaching performance. Matt Patricia too. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of shit was going on because all the motherfuckers trying to, all those guys are trying to get jobs. Patricia, Daniels or McDaniels, whatever the offensive coordinator name, he's trying to get a job too. And I don't think everyone put their best foot forward. Like we were kind of talking pre-show. I think a lot of them cats thought that they were just going to win just by showing up, and it didn't work out that way. Philly was hungry. Philly deserved it. Better team won.
But do we ever see the Patriots take anybody for granted? I don't know if it was that, but I did see some I didn't see the adjustments that the Patriots normally make. Now Cook's going out. I think that did hurt their offensive game plan. But a lot of, throwing passes to Brady. This not like the New England Patriots to get that cute and that desperate.
That lets you know they were nervous.
Game.
And then they turned it around and did it to them. I said, you got to be. Somebody should have punished Foles for doing that shit. I'm talking about straight just took a game check, punished his ass. Then they wouldn't have nobody to play quarterback.
Well, you would have had to kind of be in the screenshot or in the vicinity of the play to kind of touch him, and he was kind of all by himself.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, when he started notching down and getting down to the line on the offensive line, somebody should have said, they about to run a trick play. Let me just get me a free shot on Nick Foles. That's what I would have done, but fuck it. I'm not on the team. Eric, congratulations, you're Eagle, you're bald Eagle. Congratulations, motherfuckers.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, brother.
No doubt, man.
It's been a long 24 hours. That game was definitely emotionally draining. I sweat more last night than I did when I actually played football. Now, of course, I'm a lot bigger now than I was then too. But that's the story. But it was obviously a great game.
Yeah.
And the Patriots did make some adjustments. Second half, they just came out and just kept throwing it to Gronk. Like, hey, it's working. Let's just keep doing it. And, went straight down the field and scored.
Well, defensively, I don't think they made any as well. I guess I should have said that.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it almost looked like 7-on-7 the way passes were getting completed. When the quarterbacks are more accurate than the kickers, there's a problem, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was definitely not the game I expected to see. I believe last week, I think I had like Eagles 24, Patriots 13. That was like the score at halftime. So
I don't think anybody saw that high.
A lot more running from both teams.
Yeah, anybody bet the over in Vegas? They got cashed out probably like the early third quarter.
Yeah, they got paid. They got paid handsomely.
So what did you think about Eric? What did you think about
100 yards or something crazy? Nobody saw that coming.
And what did you think about Peterson's performance? I thought he was excellent myself.
I came away with some respect for your coach, Eric. I came away with
man. Hey,
I did have him as coach of the year, by the way.
Now Doug obviously did a great job. And I think for him, he was almost living vicariously through the quarterback because Doug spent most of his life as a backup quarterback. But as impressive as last night was, his most impressive feat in his life has to be when he was with the Cleveland Browns beating the Patriots as the quarterback of the Browns. Because every year a coach is going to win the Super Bowl. But not every year the Browns are going to win a game. So
damn. Okay, yeah, that's that right there. That was kind of fucked up. That was good though.
I got to call you out, Eric.
Okay.
And I was with you, but you gave us some championship level trolling when Golden State beat the Cavs last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get some reinforcements for that one. Yeah. I kind of remember that.
Where's Issa with a song or something?
Yeah, you gave it to us.
But she's a huge Panther fan, so I can't get her to do anything pro Eagles.
Oh, okay, I got you. She likes Golden State, so I'm with you now. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, she likes Curry.
Makes sense. How's our boy Kane doing? Is he about in the same boat as you right now?
Oh, dude. He lives in Florida, so now. So I think he was setting some fires and flipping over cars in his neighborhood or something. I haven't been able to get in touch with him.
You said in Florida? He live in Florida?
So hopefully he's all right. So
I'm about to say if he live in Florida doing that, he might be in jail.
I work at the Ritz-Carlton, so I can't get into my job right now, but it's all good. They're gonna fix
the Ritz-Carlton in Philly.
But let me ask you this, Eric. Y'all seem to be set up for a pretty long run. Most of your big time players are under contract.
True.
You can hold Wentz for 2 more years under the rookie deal. Now, me and Diego were talking before we came on. 2 things. Do you sell Foles while that iron is hot? Because his stock ain't gonna get no higher. Or are you concerned about Wentz's knee and you hold on to him until he's back?
I think you got to do the right thing by him, by Foles, and I'm assuming as an athlete and a competitor, he wants to play and get paid like a starter. So I would say, if you get a decent offer, you have to trade him because you got to do the right thing by that man. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. He stepped up and did his thing. I think it's time for the organization to step up and do right by him and find him a place where he can, capitalize financially over the next few years.
What's your asking price?
Well, Cleveland needs a quarterback, right? So, they got about 18 picks.
Damn, so you just said do right by him, and you gonna send him to Cleveland?
I did do right by him financially.
My God.
I said, and see, for Cleveland, he could buy half the city for a starting quarterback salary. So,
oh man!
Wow!
Damn, that's cold. Man. It's been a long night.
That's cold, bro.
Stop firing that Cleveland.
That's cold.
if we can get like a first round, if you can get a first rounder, you got to trade him, right? But if you could get, I think if you get like a second and third or something, you got to make that deal, especially because we gave up picks for the Wentz.
Yes.
The Wentz trade.
Right.
And we got to capitalize with Wentz while he's still on his rookie deal, because once he makes that $25 million a year and that kind of thing, we got to make some tough choices.
Yeah, him and Goff should be next in line. 'Cause I don't believe Jameis is gonna break the bank like that, or Marcus Mariota. They should be next in line.
Well, Goff had one good year. He got one good year, so we'll see how that goes. But
both of them technically. So yeah.
And you know what? Isn't it funny? Goff, Keenum, Foles, they all got away from
all
Jeff
for
Fisher,
the Rams.
and they blew up.
That's a good point. I think a first is probably too much because it's still Nick Foles. I think a first is too much. I mean, of course, if you can get a first, then go for it.
Now,
I think
the
more
rest of his life,
realistically,
he's gonna be Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles.
You can't take that away from him. But at the end of the day,
not only is he a better quarterback than Brady last night, he's a better receiver too.
Yeah, he is a better receiver.
Man,
they did say
fire.
Can't be making those sound effects, man.
Hey, maybe Giselle was right a couple years ago when she said, "Hey, Brady can't throw the ball and catch it."
Hey, well.
Damn.
All right, we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back to Drisco.
Yeah, I got a couple questions for him too. Go ahead,
Drisco. You losing your OC, your DC. You don't have a backup quarterback. Which way y'all going? And Gronk is talking crazy right now. So which way y'all going?
Hey man, this might be the first year we might not win the division.
What the hell?
It's possible. It's possible because I mean, listen, man. Listen. I always prepare myself for the worst and hope for the best. So,
Dre, you lose that back now. You talking about the AFC East? I was talking last night.
I'm just saying.
Well, they can win that division.
I gotta at least put it out there just in case it do come to fruition. I ain't gonna be naive to the fact.
So you're saying Brady's gonna retire, Belichick's gone. That's basically what I'm hearing. If you're saying that
going broke.
No, I'm just saying. I'm tempering my expectations for next year. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I mean, this is foreign territory.
Drake.
I mean, look, Matt Patricia has been there for how long? I mean, McDaniels, he hasn't been back, the last 4 years, 5 seasons or whatever. But, I mean, he's been a big influence on that offense and how that offense moves. And, I mean, the adjustments that come about. Now, will Belichick be able to horn all that in and get those, corral the guys and say, listen, guys, last year was last year. We got some new faces. We're going to do some new things. And get those boys. I don't know. This might be a motivational factor for them. So something so they can feel motivated to work harder and buy in more to what Bill is selling this season coming up. But
go ahead.
But as far as we got to cash in on some of them draft picks we got. We need some good, fresh, new talent, man. Definitely on the defensive side.
We need Butler.
Yeah, we'll say. But Butler's a free agent, so he's pretty much probably done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's probably gone. Anytime you don't play your top cornerback in the fucking Super Bowl, what does that tell you? You ain't shit. You about to be out. Got your plane ticket ready, I hope. You was willing to sacrifice the game?
Why they have him practicing if he wasn't gonna play? Like,
let's address that because that move didn't make any sense.
I don't know, bro.
Start with the ones all week, dress out, and then not play them. Before we brought you guys on, we talked about it. That's a roster spot that you could have used for another position, wide receiver, since you only dressed 4 and one of them got knocked out. Would have been a good start. So you won't have to throw passes to Tom Brady. This was not Belichick's best performance at all.
That's why I agree with you. I was like, hey, man, no, this was by far his best performance. Not just because of the fact that they lost, because some of the points that you touched on before, the proper adjustments weren't made. They made some, but there were uncharacteristic stuff going on that you didn't see the Patriots normally do. So
they got beat.
They got beat, bro, and they got and it wasn't like no lucky beat. They got beat.
But you know one thing that played into this game, I thought every Super Bowl the Patriots play outside of Seattle, I think everybody's winning scared. Philly wasn't scared.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I think some of that. And you know what? And I'm going to be honest with you. Another caveat to that, you had 2 prior Patriots on the team last year that was on Philly last night. And they were dominant key figures in that game too. Long made some great defensive plays and stretched that offensive line out all night. Blunt was running like a man after some pussy after 20 years in prison. So, I mean, the way I think they told him, look, man, these guys ain't nothing but some regular guys. We play with them. We know the organizations. Hit them in their mouth. They ain't going to react the way you think they're going to react. And I think that game plan facilitated through the whole team. So big up to Philly, man. Big up to Philly.
Well, also, I think the whole underdog through the playoffs, when they got the Super Bowl, being the underdog wasn't unusual because they've been underdog for the past month.
Right.
So I think they were just in that mindset already. And I think playing the Patriots, they knew they were going to have to bring their A game, And so I think had they been playing maybe Jacksonville, maybe you wouldn't have seen them be as sharp and as focused. But I think playing the Patriots, they knew, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And we all know the Patriots were the man. And so they had to bring it. And you saw that, or at least offensively you saw that. Because Foles was fitting the ball in some tight windows.
Yeah, he made some.
Foles ball. He balled.
Eric, is it safe to say that a cheesesteak is better than a bowl of clam chowder?
Oh, no doubt. First off, you never heard of anybody with a steak allergy.
I think a better comparison would be a cheesesteak against a lobster roll, though. That's
some people still have lobster allergies, so cheesesteak for everybody,
So was it Geno's or what's the one across the street? Which one are you going with?
Pat's.
Pat's or Geno's? Which one?
I think it's Pat's, man. Pat's the best one.
Whichever. I like cheese. I like the cheese whiz. So whichever one got the cheese whiz, that's me. Instead of provolone, that's me.
I think that's Geno's.
All right. So before we get up out of here, I want you guys to touch on. I know we touched on a little bit of what the Patriots are going to go through next season. We don't know what's going to happen with Belichick, whether he's coming back or not. Brady pretty much sounds like he's going to be back. Like Haight said, Grunt talking crazy right now, but after he goes to Miami, party for a couple of days, I think he'll snap back into reality. We just don't know how they're going to rebound from losing McDaniels and Patricia. I think McDaniels probably would be the bigger loss with Belichick being the defensive guy. I think McDaniels and Brady's connection is something very important. I don't know who you can bring in to try and match that for however many years Brady got left, whether it be 1 or 2. I'm not sure I like that Schiano rumor about Greg Schiano coming in to be the defensive coordinator. We're gonna see. And I like the way Philly gonna be back. They're gonna be right there. So NFC East gonna be tough next year.
Yeah, but I ain't never seen an NFC East champ return. Man, they fall hard, boy, the next year, that NFC East.
Dre, he done dropped the whole clip in you. You still busting shots?
Yeah. What the fuck wrong with you?
That's cool.
Ain't no sucker. Ain't no sucker now. Hey, I give props, but I ain't no sucker. My mama didn't raise no
pawn. Found time to dust off that old trophy he got beside him.
Hey, man. Hey, you need to get you one.
Oh, it's on the way.
I got you.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so one last thing. Go ahead, Hank. Now that you get yours in.
All right, this is a way too early. We don't know what the hell gonna happen. Prediction for your record next year.
Well, I normally bet guys at work that the Patriots win 12 games a year, and we bet $100. So I've been $300 richer the last 3 years.
People are really taking that bet.
Man, they taking that bet down. That's how much they hate the Patriots, man. They hate the Patriots that much. They take silly bets.
They apparently have never watched the Jets play.
Right.
Man,
That's like that sun don't come up every damn day.
Or they don't or Buffalo.
It is what it is, man. I try to capitalize where I can. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the best, but I try to do my thing. But next year, I see 11-6 maybe.
They're gonna play 17 regular season games.
I mean 11-5, and hopefully we win the division.
What you got, Eric?
I'm gonna go 12-4. I think that's a realistic goal.
12-4, huh?
Yeah. Well, Redskins gonna have a new quarterback, right?
You gonna take some L's on that one?
Yep. Just like we're gonna take one last Sunday. 11-4.
Can we see
I'm sorry, 12-4. Giants got a new coach, right? They gotta adapt. Cowboys gotta make some decisions with Dez, all that other stuff. So I think we should, maybe lose one division game. We play Tampa next year. We play Jacksonville in England. So we got a lot of quarterback matchups, I think, that work in our favor next year. So I like our chances to.
Hey, Eric, got a question for you. Now, you did mention that the Eagles will be coming out to Foxborough next year, correct?
Nah,
that should be the first game of the year.
That's it.
Yeah. They don't play next year.
Okay.
Play don't?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I was trying to pull up now they opponents for next year.
If by time training camp comes along and you feel real confident about your birds, I would like to take a stab at a gentleman's, wager, just on the first game. Especially.
Back up. If I feel confident in my world champion birds, okay, go ahead.
All right.
He just served you another hot L.
From the defending champs. The defending champs.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll be glad to make a bet with you. Now, of course, Carson may not be back by that point, but
man, I ain't got no offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. You don't hear me crying over here.
Come on,
now.
All right, so yeah, Philly's next year's schedule. Outside of your division games, you play the NFC South. So that's Falcons, Panthers, and the Saints and the Bucks. AFC South is always a tough division, so those games gonna be tough. And then you also play the AFC South. Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Right. Yeah, because we're playing Jacksonville in England. That's
and then the other two games, you will face the NFC North first place finisher, which was the Vikings. So you'll play the Vikings, and then you play the NFC West first place finisher, which was the Rams. So y'all got a tough schedule next year.
All right, so you're not gonna play the Patriots. Al, they're gonna play Houston.
They're gonna play.
I'm putting it down. Houston gonna win that game.
All right, well,
I'm putting it down right now.
I'm going to give you a life lesson. Don't put trust in any Clemson skill guys.
Ooh. Oh, I got him by 10 points. How about that?
Right.
Oh, man.
How many did you have Patriots by?
Oh, there it is.
4.
One last one before we get
I did say 4, but it's cool. You won. Nash.
Dre, you dead.
World champs.
Dre,
congratulations.
We're gonna put a bow on the Super Bowl, but I don't want to hear none of that Tom Brady, Michael Jordan shit. Michael Jordan would have caught that ball, people.
Oh, here we go. Hey, man. Hey, did he not pass for over 450 yards?
Michael Jordan would have threw for 700.
But did he not pass for over 450 yards in the Super Bowl?
And caught him himself.
But usually when you throw for a lot of yards because you're behind the whole game. That's usually how that works, right?
Well, we were up once.
They had a supplement for that lack of running.
True.
Before we get out of here, we got a few minutes before they shut the telecast down. Giving people shout out to Drisco Ferarri coming back, standing tall, and taking his lumps. He talked his trash last week.
Brandon Cook style. That's kind of lumpy taking. Go ahead.
He came back, and Eagle Eric gave him a Jay Ajayi night. So shout out to the Eagles for winning. Shout out to Eric and the Kane and Night Show. Tell them where to reach you and see your guys' show at. I know y'all guys are going to do a Super Bowl winner show. So when is that coming?
Oh, hey.
Is it going to be live from the parade on Thursday?
As soon as I can bail Kane out, we're going to make this happen. My wife's gonna be at the parade. I'm probably not gonna make it, but she'll be there. So I have some footage from that she'll record for me. Go to caneice.com, CANEICE.com. Hit subscribe. I want you to do that too, Drisco. Go ahead and do that as soon as we finish. Hit that subscribe button. Check out some videos. Give us a thumbs up. But also make sure you hit the subscribe button for this before this video ends. I need you to do that, right?
Y'all heard them
and
people.
leave some comments. All right. Tell us what you think about next year. And you can follow us on Twitter, Kane_Ice.
All right, we appreciate it. Drisco Ferarri, can the people find or reach you, interact with you on social media, or are you the Black Knight?
Hey, man, I'm like Batman, dog. You can't find out where this Bat Cave is at. Can't get to me. You only can get to me if you know other people. Other than that, don't know you. But anyway, I just want to say shout out to AA Sports because love this trophy, man. This thing is nice, dog. Hey, I ain't win a Super Bowl, but I won me a trophy. So, shout out to AA Sports. Love the show. Love the things you guys doing, bringing the show to the masses of the people. People love what you guys got to say. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to the Eagles. Hey, man, I just want to say one thing. How the hell you going to be a goddamn fan and you ain't going to the first Super Bowl ever won parade?
He don't live in Philly. He don't live in Philly, dog.
My wife and I are one. So she'll be there. So it's like I'm there. Okay.
My bad. I apologize.
Somebody
Didn't know
be
you
home
wasn't
with
there.
the kids, man.
You right. I thought you was in the city. So that's why I say my bad.
Ain't no school Thursday.
No, I'm talking about I thought you lived in Philly.
Ain't no school Thursday. Somebody got to be home with the kids.
You got it. You heard. You see.
Got you.
Read between the lines. Hey, man, we definitely appreciate y'all boys coming out. Again, continue to support the show. We appreciate all the nice things you guys got to say. Hey, man, football's over. So we're gonna.
I know.
We're gonna be getting back into basketball on Thursday. So y'all take a look out for that show. Hey, you got the last word, man. Tell the people where to reach you at and reach us on social media. We finna get up out of here.
At RK6000 on Twitter. Holla at me. I talk sports. Good show, people. Good energy.
And there it is. So again, for AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. Brought to you in part again by our sponsors at Distinct Finds on eBay. Remember to shop there. Use the promo code AA Sports 10 to get 10% off on all of your latest luxury fashions at Distinct Finds. And then also our boys Derek over there at Notoriously Fly. You can get some cool gear over there as well. Shop with them on IG and Facebook. Again, AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. We out. Football's over. We're talking hoops next, people. Peace.
Beat Duke.